Good morning and welcome to the Darth Grumpy Dad Games Twitch stream. All right, gonna try and do a really quick overview of the DMO for Diablo 3. Now, this is the Hadrig's gift for the wizard this season. So I'm just gonna go over the DMO Twister build. There's also a Frozen Ore build. I don't really have time to get into that build, and this is the main build that's being used on the leaderboard. So I'm just gonna go over it really quick. Now, right out the gate, I want to remind those that are new to the game, go into your options, go into gameplay, make sure elective mode is turned on, and make sure show advanced tooltips is on. The rest of these, turn on what you want and, have fun with it. Okay. Let's get right into this. Yeah, taking all the gems out of this, but that's okay. I'll go from the idea you don't have jack for gems, and we will. This could be a bit rough without any gems or any paragon. All right. I'm going to assume you've gotten this set, you've completed enough of your seasonal journey, right, to have these 4 done. At which your rewards are going to be your Hadrig's gift. Now you only get one per season, so pick the character you want it on and roll with it. I started with the Wiz, so I grabbed it on the Wiz. I figured it'd help me get to T16 faster. And then I didn't get all the proper drops. I was having a hard time with it. I ended up with the Firebird set with enough pieces of it to run before I got enough pieces to run the rest of my Hadrig's gift. It was really kind of depressing. But in general, when you finish your first seasonal journey here, you get nothing. It's like, yay, you completed this, right? You get that banner and that pennant that you can't actually claim until you get Chapter 4 done. So, I'm assuming you've completed Chapter 4, you have the whole kit. Now, from there, you're going to want to hunt down and get yourself, and you should have gotten a Twisted Sword and an Etched Sigil, right? Now, for this, I am just wearing the whole set, right? The boots, the pants, right? Boots, legs, gloves, shoulders, body armor, right? And the helm. Right? Necklace, I've got a course necklace and whatever necklace you've got with a socket on it so you can put a gem in it if you have them. I'm using Rancer's Folly. Right? The weapon is the Twisted Sword. The offhand is the Etched Sigil. I have the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, and Conventions of Elements are the rings I'm using right now. But like I said, if you've just got to get this together, use whatever rings you've got, right? Rancer's Folly is kind of important. It's usually it's an early fall. You get these, it's a common drop. Twisted Sword is kind of a common drop. Etched Sigil is a common drop. In the cube, I've got Valak's Rebuke, which is, these are all things that drop fairly regularly, right? Halo of Creamy is very important to the build. Like I'm kind of assuming, even though you've got the 4 done, you might not have your Ring of Royal Grandeur yet. So I'm going off the idea you don't have your Ring of Royal Grandeur. So you want your Ashen Guards in the cube. You want your Valak Rebuke under the weapon and Halo Carini so you get the full 80% damage reduction from your storm armor, right? Action guards give you 100% more potency to your shields. Valak's Rebuke, energy, like, causes your energy twister to not travel. It just, whoops, wrong one. It just, stays where you cast it. Spins around. Now, on console, if you hold your right trigger, you can lock on a target, and when you cast it, that twister will land on the target you're locked on and stay there and spin on them. Right, another part, and using black hole, so that sucks. You lock on your guys, you put it on them, and that sucks guys in. So you, as soon as black hole cools down here, so you cast your black hole and your tornado at the same time, and then they sit and spin on the target in the same spot. Right. That's the general idea. Your storm armor, and then I have, right, just to get a little extra defense, I went with that. I think you could have went with teleport, so you can move through. Right, teleport is kind of what you want later on, so you move through everything faster. And then arcane torrent and magic weapon. Now, again, here, this is just how I set it up. You can set these up because elective mode any way you feel like it. Like, I have on my main, I have on A, on my main button, I have twisters. Right? On my right trigger, I have my arcane torrent. On X, I have black hole. Like, so A and X, I can cast those pretty, you hit those buttons, you can time your cast, or you can just hold them down and cast them, but usually, I'll show you how to play when I get there. Magic weapon conduit. Later in game, you'll probably want to change this to force weapon, but conduit to start with for your arcane generation. Storm armor, power of the storm, right? So it periodically shocks guys and reduces arcane cost by 3 while your storm armor is up. And it's got like a 10-minute cooldown, right? See the green bar above where it says B, and that's my storm armor. It's got like a 10-minute cooldown, so it's up for 10 minutes. You get that three arcane reduction the whole time. Okay, Diamond Skin Prism reduced arcane power cost of all skills by 9 whenever it's up. So when it's up, we're getting like just straight 12 power cost, right? So it costs 35 to cast your energy twister. We'll take a 12 off that, so it's down to 23 for your cost. My passive, I've got Audacity, right? So if an enemy gets right up close to you, you're doing that extra damage, right? And then I have Galvanizing Ward. If you haven't taken damage in 5 seconds, you get a shield worth 60% of your life. I have Power Hungry. You deal 30% additional damage to enemies further than 30 yards. So you got 30% close damage, 30% distant damage, and then Dominance. Killing an enemy grants a shield that absorbs 2% of your life and damage for 3 seconds, and it stacks up to 10 times. Right? So 20% damage reduction, basically. All right. Oh, Belt. I have Herbrash's Binding also, which is also kind of a common drop. You can get it early sometimes it's a pain. This is not a very good one, right? Because the stat range on it is 50 to 65% arcane reduction, and this one's only got 50, right? 50, 60, and it's bottom tier, right? It has some int, fight, some life. I have not, like you should, like this, I rolled crits grant arcane on it, which is right. So you want crit damage, crits grant arcane on this, and probably arcane if you can get it instead of intelligence, right? Because you can always add intelligence later when you augment. Again, this is like I was using this with the with the Firebirds. So I have fire skill on it. That should be arcane, right? You want your crit chance on it. You want arcane and area damage, right? If you can get it. I'm not positive you can get it area damage on bracers, but anything you can get area damage on your COE. If you get one that's already, they always come with a socket. Every single COE comes with a socket, so that's a bonus, right? Your convention elements. So if you can get one that already has both crits on it in a decent amount and a decent amount of your damage percentage increase, like this one's 197, that's pretty good out of 200. That's good deal. And you would want crit area damage, right? Same with this. You're not really going to get area damage on the COE if you swapped it out for your Halo Akrini, which I have in the cube because I want that full 80% damage reduction from my storm armor. Every time it shocks an enemy, I get that damage reduction. So it's hugely important to staying alive. So I got that, right? Every time it electrocutes an enemy more than 15 yards away for 5 seconds. And it's up all the time. Like, there's pretty much 100% uptime on it. Again, here you would, instead of intelligence, like you'd want crit area damage. I think you can get area damage instead of that. I've already rolled the socket, so you want crit damage on this for sure, right? I believe you can get area damage on your shoulders and on your gloves, right? If you can get, instead of reverse, if you can get area damage here, right? Because area damage is going to be your main damage bucket for this build. You want as much area damage as you want arcane, right? And if you can get elemental damage, you want arcane like that. This should probably have arcane on it. I went with that instead because it's just early build. Arcane. Probably arcane here too. And then you go on area damage on everything else, and area damage. Right, that's going to be your main skill bucket or damage bucket. Okay, how far in am I? 12 minutes. I'm going long again. All right, so let's go into how I play this. Right, so basically I just hold down the trigger and RB, right? And then I tap and X to launch my skills. And as you can see, even with no Paragon, no gems, nothing. T16, I'll pull up the map so you can see, Torment 16, right? Nephilim Rift, I'm smacking. Things are dying. It just dies. Right, my pet. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. I'm playing a bunch of D4. I'm clicking my left stick to pick or right stick to pick stuff up, right? Now I hold my right trigger to see that triangle that appears over the heads. That is the lock on when you hold your right trigger, right? Because we don't have a mouse like on the PC. So you have to lock on to your target. And you launch your tornado and your, right? So this is bits, and it's a slow the way I have it put together right now. I don't have teleport, so it's pretty slow, right? We don't have any motion speed bonus. This is a little more OP than it would normally be because I have the altar complete, right? So I'm getting a bunch of perks out of the altar, but it's still, like, even without the altar, this would smack. You can see that. Right? And what we got going on here, so every time I'm hitting somebody with one of those arcanes, let's see, we have I know some people run one of your, like, instead of audacity, right? They might run elemental exposure because we're running fire, we're doing lightning, we're doing arcane, right? So that's 3 different attacks we're doing to create our damage builder. Right, so if I would switch this from Audacity to this, damaging enemies with arcane, cold, fire, or lightning will cause them to take 5% more damage from your attacks for 5 seconds. Each different damage type applies a stack, stacking up to 4 times. Right, so it's a 20% damage creator. And yeah, gosh. Which way? We'll go this way. We got 2-3 stacks going, so we're gonna run an average of 50%. Oh no, that was not my. That what was second 3. Let's see what our stacks are here. Energy twister stacks, Nephilim stacks, and it doesn't look like we're actually benefiting from that at all. Right? I don't see. Right, so going to get into this, like you hit your pause menu, hit the X button, and you can see your status effects scroll up and down with your right thumbstick. So we can see all those, but it doesn't appear like we're getting. Probably just because we're killing stuff too fast, right? We're just killing everything entirely too fast. I don't have enough arcane power. We're out of arcane a bunch, right? So right now, so that tells me there it's stacking now. And also, I haven't gotten over exactly. Oh, it's been a while since I've done one of these. All right, our set bonuses is the way this works. Hitting an enemy with arcane, orb, energy twister, magic missile, shock pulse, spectral blade, electrocute, or arcane torrent. Also cast slow time at them. This effect will not trigger if the target is already inside a slow time bubble. The cooldown of teleport will reset while you're inside bubbles. Generate The cooldown of teleport will reset while you're inside bubbles generated from this set or cast by you. So that's like I said, right now I just went with the damage reduction instead. Like here, I could and change this teleport real quick. Skills on cooldown. Okay, we'll wait. So I'll show you how that works. There we go. We'll go safe passage there, and then we'll go back to our description here. You take 75% reduced damage while you have a slow time active. Allies inside your slow time gain half benefit. So any of my allies, when you're playing with multiple people, would get 33 point something % damage reduction, right? Enemies affected by your slow time and for 5 seconds after exiting take 20,000 times increased damage from your arcane orb, energy twister, magic missile, shock pulse, spectral blade, electrocute, and arcane abilities. So like you could have also built this build around your basic abilities, right? See, now that is how you're in one of those bubbles, you can just thump along. So now we have to wait for cooldown because I don't actually have any going. All right, next floor. Still waiting. Oh, why did I do that? I kind of got that backwards, didn't I? Let's make this teleport. Silly me. Oops, god darn it. What is something that must be on cooldown? Yeah, it's on cooldown. Why want to change? Because you're a dumbass, Paul. Because you're just a dumbass. There we go. And then we'll make RB our storm shield that I probably went by. There we go. Power of the storm. And we won't have to tap RB to get it going. Then we won't have to hold it down like we were before. Just arcane. Right. Got a gobby somewhere. But yeah, if you don't have nobody to shoot at, then you're out of. Go find this goblin.
Not ready yet.
There we go. There's our goblin. Oh, I took all my gear off the follower. I'm like, how come I'm not getting... Yeah. Yeah. I need arcane power. This is the wrong map for this build. Dead end.
Not ready yet.
Please give me a different map. Okay, this is better. Oop, get out of that.
Need more time.
Next floor. Need more time. See, it's just an auto cast. Slow time. You don't need to have slow time on your action bar, right? Where is this? There we go. Head back to town. So that's basically how the build runs, right? And there are, so like I said, several variations. You can do one with your you can do a arcane, what is it, arcane ore build with it, which is a frost build. And then you build cold around everything, you know, cold and area damage instead of arcane and area damage. Okay, and if you go look at the leaderboards, how they're building it, once you've gotten a little further into the build, here we go, Del Cirrus Magnum Opus. Right, so basic, same two weapons. Now then they use the captain set, right, for cooldown, right, because 2-piece, 6,000 life per second, reduce cooldowns of all skills by 20%, reduce resource cost by 20%. Damage dealt is increased by percentage of your cooldown reduction. Damage taken is reduced by percentage. So it's not like your full damage reduction and your full resource, just a percentage of those. So you get damage and damage reduction out of your resource and cooldown reduction on that set, right? And then they got the gloves, shoulders, helm, squirts, Raster's Folly again, Convention, Halo of Carini, right? Instead of Obsidian, because I'm using the extra hits for the cooldowns, because then I don't have to worry about cooldowns, because all the hits I'm getting out of the Obsidian make up for the lack of cooldowns, right? And then skills, Power Hungry, Unwavering Will, Galvanizing Ward, Dominance, Valak's Rebuke, Mantle of Channeling, right? Because they basically split. They decided they want the 25% damage reduction and 25% increased damage instead of just their shields being on, 100% more, right? So they made a trade-off there for damage. Conduit, Power of the Storm, Safe Passage, Spell Stealer, Static Charge, right? They're using Static Charge. And I was using Flame Ward, right? To help generate stacks of elemental exposure. Which we were killing guys too fast, I think. We're just killing them too fast for any of that to stack up. Oh, that's for another squirts. Alright. Yeah, squirts is like, I don't think there's a build that really doesn't use squirts at the upper end of the build for pushing. Now again, I'm getting extra out of the build because I have so much stuff in the altar over there I can't turn off. But we're at a half hour in on this. That's a little bit longer than a quick overview. But thank you for tuning in to Darth Grumpy Dad Twitch, Darth Grumpy Dad Games. Follow me here at Twitch. Take the link over to my YouTube page, Dark Scruffy Dad, and subscribe there. I have way more content on YouTube than I do on Twitch. This is where I archive all my videos. I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you later.